After years of devastating war, Horus and his forces have arrived at Terra. But before they can set foot on the throne world, they must first break the defenses of the Sol system. Powerful fleets and cunning defenses bar their path. But can anything hope to halt the advance of the traitor Armada? Hello and welcome to Liam's Lyceum. I am your host Liam, aka Hempar, and today I'll be doing a spoiler-free review of John French's The Solar War. The Solar War is a 2019 novel and first in the Siege of Terra, which is the ultimate series for the Horus Heresy. It is 50-something books long, and I have actually, will start this by saying, I have read almost none of it. I read Horus Rising, which is the very first book, earlier this year, and I do plan on reading a lot more of the Horus Heresy, but my brother really wanted to read Siege of Terra. I didn't want to read any of the other ones, and so I decided to read this with him. It spoils a lot. No surprise there. So if you want to like the ultimate novel that brings you to essentially what is the Warhammer 40k universe, when Warhammer 40k is, taking place, this gets us there. If you want all the backstory, then read all 50 of the Horus Heresy novels. So this one is pretty fantastic. While it's not as subtle and building up of events and kind of the fall of Horus and his companions, like Horus Rising is. It's just a lot of battles, and it's really well done. You also do see a lot of the characters from way back in the beginning of the series as well, though, like Mercedes, and you have Loken mentioned a lot. We have other characters like Abaddon and Sigismund and Little Horus. Just lots of characters, even some demons that you might recognize. So it is pretty cool, honestly, and it's pretty brutal. It's kind of weird how wacky it can get, because it's hard to remind myself that this is very much its own thing, right? This is not the sci-fi you're probably used to, and it's not fantasy either. It's just really absurd, meaty Warhammer. So yeah, take that as you will. So I really enjoyed it. I don't have a lot to say about it, besides that I am looking forward to continuing with the Siege of Terra, and eventually Horus Heresy, and people can tell me how dumb I am for skipping dozens of books. I'm not sure how many Horus Heresy books I'm going to read anyways, but I will say that this is an entertaining read. It maybe isn't like the most literary deep novel, but there is still stuff there to learn and understand from. But honestly, it's just very entertaining. It's just awesome battles in space, kind of seeing what Horus can pull out with his his armada that is touched by chaos, to say the least. So definitely very interesting. It's definitely a one-up thing, over and over again. It's like, when someone grabs the baseball bat and then someone puts their hand higher, and then you put your hand higher, and then they put their hand higher again. So that's essentially what this is, as the battle for Terra finally begins. Horus and his traitor armada facing off against the emperor of mankind, and they're millions, so maybe billions of people to fight to the death and die very gorily and very suddenly in a lot of cases. So it's pretty wild stuff, honestly, but it is very entertaining, and I'm glad I started it. So I'm glad I read this one. Liam's Lyceum. I will catch you next time.